Hello, lovelies! It is Monday, January 13th, 2020. We just had a lunar eclipse in Cancer, and that was a lot of watery emotion, wasn't it? So, thank you for joining me. I'm Danielle Hernandez, and we're going to do a general reading today for the collective. So, if you've clicked on to this reading, consider this a timeless reading. It's not a pick-a-pile. Anytime you clicked onto this was the time that the message was meant to come to you. So, let's start with some tarot cards. This is my Shadow Light deck. It is currently my favorite deck to be using. Let's see. Does anyone want to jump out? I love it when cards jump, but I don't think we have any jumpers today. Although, you know what? We're going to take the ones who are standing tall. Yep. All right. Hello. You're going to go here. All right. Let's see what kind of energy we're in now that the intensity of the full moon has passed. So let's begin. The first card we get is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is an excellent sign for moving forward in any type of business venture or changing career. And that's generally did I say Page of Pentacles? I meant Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. That's a go ahead, like go for it, do it. So that's where we are. We want to move forward. We want to be charging onwards with our new endeavors. Let's see what our block is. Okay, let me mention that this deck has some non-traditional cards, and we just pulled one of the non-traditional cards. This is the card of Reader. You see there's a woman reading cards. It could be we're reading too much into everything that's going on, especially anything that might be happening in the present moment. I hear you. Hear my guides. All right, let's see what's on our mind. On our mind, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords comes up whenever we're moving on from something painful generally, because the Six of Swords shows a traveler in a boat, but in the boat are the swords. Swords always represent your mental realm, your thoughts, ideas, beliefs. So, traveling over water indicates that she is moving on from something emotional. Water is always emotion. And this is what's on our mind. We are moving on. We haven't forgotten what has happened, or it's still affecting us, but we are no longer living in the mire, you could say. In our subconscious, wow, how perfect is that? The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of extreme grief because of your anxiety. So it's extreme anxiety, intense emotion. You see she's surrounded by swords and there's a skull in the sky. This is when we are overwhelmingly consumed by our doubts, our fears. It could be things that are happening around us are spurning our memories of the last time something like this happened. But remember, swords are your thoughts. So this is saying everything that is causing this suffering is in your mind. So what we need to do when the Nine of Swords arises is take a new perspective, withdraw from the emotional turmoil and look at it in a new way. And this is on the subconscious. So that means we're not even aware that it's the reason it's affecting us so hard. So take a deep breath, take a step back. Let's see where we're coming from. Okay, here we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords comes through whenever we are doing a lot of problem solving. Generally, this would mean that we had problems to solve. So the Knight of Swords kind of brings a chaotic energy. There was some type of upheaval. There was some type of something that makes you worried. You see, the Knight of Swords is literally charging forward with his arm extended. So he's going to knock down his enemies. He's going to cut ties with something, but it does tend to feel like a very dramatic change. So that's where we're coming from. Moving forward, we have another non-traditional card, and this is the card of the Artist. Okay, what's really funny is I did a reading on Friday, which was the day of the full moon, And those two exact cards came up, the Knight of Swords and the Artist. So what we're doing is move forward in your art. Whatever it is that you create, do more of that, because that's the energy we're stepping into now. This full moon has cleared something. It's unleashed something. It might not feel like it's over, and it's not, but it has paved a way for you to devote more time to yourself. But it's up to you to take that time for yourself. It's up to you to pick something. So art is whatever we make of it. Do you write? Do more writing. Do you paint? Set aside time for painting. Draw. Do something with your hands. Maybe you build. Maybe you make jewelry. Maybe you are in like mechanics or technology. That's your art. Create more, because we're in a lot of creative energy right now. So our advice is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a persistence card. It says, keep going. I know you're tired. I know you're weary. You have endured so much. Don't give up now. This is the final push. Keep going forward, because you have the momentum behind you for what it is that you're working on. All right. In our external influences, we have the Queen of Cups. I call the Queen of Cups like the mother card. This is very nurturing energy. This is someone who's emotionally stable. The Queen of Cups also governs Scorpio in particular. So if you know a Scorpio in your life, particularly a Scorpio woman, this could be someone who is influencing you right now. And the Queen of Cups says, rest with me, relax with me. We know that our emotions are important, and we're going to work through them together. So that's a lovely, lovely person to have on your support. Okay, in your hopes and fears, ooh, this also came up in a different deck. We have the Devil. The Devil card will always come up when there's a severe imbalance. I'm talking a complete shift of the scales. So it could be you're devoting too much time for work and no time for the people in your life. It could be that you are overindulging in some type of coping mechanism. The Devil comes up whenever we deal with things like addictions and substance abuse, alcoholism, drugs. What we're saying is, this is a wake-up call. Do not lose yourself to the immediate pleasures. The Devil is reminding you that you need balance, because there's something you've been ignoring for too long, and there's something that desperately needs your attention. That could be what the persistence is about. Desperately needing your attention. Move forward. Don't stay stuck in this energy. It may be feeling good for now, but in the long run, it will hurt you. So, your outcome is the Moon. So, the Moon is known as a card of illusions because moonlight lights up the night, but not in the way that the sun lights up the day. Moonlight is reflected light as well. So the moon reminds us to look at what's going on in our lives. Who is around us right now? What are the situations that we are involved in right now? Don't make any sudden decisions. Use caution at this time and use discernment, especially following the Devil card. When you get the Moon, it means you don't have all of the information right now. So do some research in whatever your circumstance is. If you have some type of contracts coming up, really make sure you're reading through the fine print, because there may be something that you have missed. So very interesting. We're moving out of a time of upheaval, but we are needing to persist, especially because our goal card was the Knight of Pentacles. So this is our business, our venture. It could be a dream job. It could have something to do with a career that you are wanting to change or grow or develop. Don't give in to your fears. That's what the Devil is saying. Our fears, I mean, you have the Nine of Swords and the Devil as well. So what is going on in your subconscious must be contended with, because what's going on in your subconscious is actually governing what we're doing a lot. It is the reason we're hesitating. It is the reason We are ignoring one thing to give our attention to the other. So pay attention to the Devil card. Shift your focus on what needs to get done. Think practicalities, relationships that are in need of repair, or it could be your own home. Maybe your home needs your attention. Fix that leaky faucet, because who knows, you might have some type of leak that really floods the house. I hope that's not the case. This is just a random example. And remember, don't do anything brash, because the moon is saying we don't have all the information at the moment and you need to take caution and use discernment. So that was in this reading. Let's see. I just love this deck so much. Is there anyone else who wants to come out of here? I don't think so. Okay, let's pull a different deck. I have them behind me. Because we just had a full moon in Cancer, again, that's a water sign, I'm going to use this fabulous deck. This is the Oracle of the Mermaids. Mermaids govern the water realm, as I'm sure you know, but if you don't know, now you do. So, let's explore. All right, someone jumped up right away. Divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, future, and fortune. Okay, this is extra special because the card that was our block was the reader card. So how we're reading into situations is causing the blockages. It is all in our head. But you get the divination card, which is calling you to explore your insight, to explore whatever way you divine or interpret information. So for some people, it may be card reading. For some other people, it could be going on the internet and checking their favorite news articles, checking current events. Whatever that is for you, do it. You're being called to use your brand of divination. What else? Let's get another card. Another mermaid, please. What I want, we got a jumper. All right. Ooh, the crane bag reversed. So the crane bag is sacred ocean medicine, clutter, declutter, and choice. And she came out reversed. So here she is. Lovely. So reversed, let's see what they have to say when the crane bag comes out reversed. The crane bag is usually where you keep sacred items. So it could be that we're holding on to things that we really should have let go of a long time ago. Here we go. Reversed. Our pouches hold wallets, car keys, important papers, and ID. Yet, do any of these truly say who we are? That is why the conscious creation of a crane bag can realign us with who we are at a soul level, rather than who we are according to our culture, which may not always be the most connected and truthful guide to our soul. For now, though, you may be absolutely unconscious of what you are literally carrying around with you. Physically, there is so much you are carrying in pockets, drawers, and in spare rooms. So much of it is impacting on your energetic field and on your life. The mermaids would love you to take some time and be willing to let go. Be willing to just contemplate for a moment that holding on without coming into awareness and relationship is going to be a drain on your energy. Clean. Clean, let go, and reassemble. Let it have meaning. And if it no longer serves you, you must pass the blessing along. Okay. You know, that really reminds me of Marie Kondo when she's doing her cleaning and she's helping people organize. She asks them to hold their item, give it a conscious moment. So often we just grab things and fling them around. Hold that item, give it a conscious moment, and ask the question, does this spark joy? And I have to tell you, that has helped me immensely with how I organize and clean. So that is what we're being called to do. Divine our intuition, let go of things that are no longer serving us. And this is on a physical level. This is beyond, oh, that person did this to me and I'm still aching over it. No, this is like, okay, I've had a pile of papers that are from 2008. Why am I holding on to them? Let them go. So clear out your space and see how that really influences how you're feeling. And realize now you have space in your mind to think. Space that you didn't even realize was occupied. All right, let's take one more card. I'm going to take this one on top. Time and Tide. Oceanic Spells and Rituals. I love this card because this card is calling us to be connected to the sea in particular. In nature, generally, but the sea. The sea represents the womb of the earth because the womb is filled with fluid, liquid, water. The sea is the womb that all of us came out. All life came from the sea in ancient times. And we forget the sea is our original mother. So this card is calling you to make time to spend time with water, in particular the ocean. If you physically can go to the water, look at it. Let the sound of the tides crashing, the waves, just become your meditation. Let the constant pulse of that sound restore your balance. So many of us are running on autopilot. We're running on a frenetic level that we don't even know is the reason we're stressing us out. We know we can't calm down. We know we can't stop worrying. And we're holding on to those worries. Again, think of this 9 of Swords card. This is more than just intense anxiety. These are thoughts and beliefs that we believe are true. So they are true. They may not be true to the general public, but they're so true to us that they're constantly driving us into some type of misery. The Time and Tide card is helping you to release these because we're holding on to these fears, worries, belief patterns for a reason. We believe they're serving us. We believe they're helping us or protecting us. So consider this card, the 9 of Swords, the mess that we have to clean up. Physically clean your mess and connect with the sea. If you're in a place where you can't go out, I'm very aware, it's January right now. If you're in a place where you cannot go outside and connect with the sea, go on YouTube. You're already on YouTube because you're watching this video. Go on YouTube, connect with the sound of ocean waves. If you can go to a beach, do a little bit of a cleanup. Picking up one piece of litter is contributing more to the Mother Ocean than not picking up anything at all. This also calls for drawing in the sand, which I love. If you look closely at the card, oh, I see the light is totally, there we go. She's drawing a heart in the sand. What we use our hands for is what we put out into the world. Again, think of the artist card. We're being called to use our hands right now. And this is one way of giving back that is very artistic. Draw in the sand when you can, because the water comes and it collects our messages. And what we're doing is we're doing an energetic exchange because our hands are putting energy into the earth. The water is collecting that energy. It's a communication. If you can't go out and do that, some people have sand pits at home. Those little Zen gardens, for instance, drawing in the sand. But definitely do some type of drawing. This is definitely calling for writing and drawing in particular. Sometimes I'll do an intuitive doodle where I have no plan. I just let my hand go across the page and whatever comes out, I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. And that clears your mind, which again, we need to do. When you've got the Devil and you've got the 9 of Swords, you're being reminded that the suffering is all in our head. Our imbalance is because of something that we're not dealing with. So your advice is create, especially with your hands, especially writing and drawing. Clear out the clutter on a physical level, everyone. And do your type of divination, whatever that may be for you. Sometimes I go over to my bookcase, I'll ask a question, and then I'll select a book at random. Close my eyes, pick a book, open to a random page, and read a passage. Often advice will jump out at me. It can be spooky. You should try it. But this has been your card reading for today. I hope that resonates. Let me know if you would like a card reading. Please do reach out, and I will see you all next time. Thank you, darlings. Have a beautiful day. Bye.